Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-shalakaya Chakshurunmitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurvabhistam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushidam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premnavi Bijapradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Bharanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sareka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nadim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Vandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the hidden treasure of the sweet absolute, with translation and commentary by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev-Goswami Maharaj, and translation into English by Sri Swarupananda Prabhu. So this is chapter 9, Raja-guhya-yoga, the hidden treasure of devotion. And I'll start with verse number 23. Yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayan vita tepi mameva konteya yajanti avidi purvakam. O Konteya, the devotees of the demigods who have faith in worshiping them are actually worshiping me, but incorrectly. O Konteya, the devotees of the demigods who have faith in worshiping them are actually worshiping me, but incorrectly. Perhaps we can understand a comparison that the demigods are like administrators in the, we can say, in the divine arrangement of the Supreme Lord Krishna. We could say they're like governors. And if we try to give allegiance to them without recognizing that they're working actually on behalf of Krishna, then we're not understanding things correctly. They're officials, but the supreme is Krishna. And so if we offer homage to the administrators of the Lord without recognizing him, then we're not understanding. O Konteya, the devotees of the demigods who have faith in worshiping them are actually worshiping me but incorrectly. Aham isarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenatas chayavantite. I alone am the enjoyer and rewarder of all sacrifices, but being ignorant of my position, the demigod worshippers fall to take birth again. I alone am the enjoyer and rewarder of all sacrifices, but being ignorant of my position, the demigod worshippers fall to take birth again. So there's a verse which Srila Prabhupada called the peace formula, and that was Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surinam Sarvabhutanam Gyatvam Mam Shantim Richati. And he says that Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam, that I'm the enjoyer of all sacrifices. All sacrifices ultimately are meant for me. Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. And why? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, because I am the Supreme Lord of all that exists, Sarvaloka, of all lands, of all planets, everything that exists, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I'm the Supreme Lord of everyone and everything in this creation, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Even we can say the Supreme Lord of the spiritual planets also. Bhaktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam. But Krishna also says Suridam Sarvabhutanam, but I'm actually everyone's best friend. Suridam means friend. I'm the friend of everyone. Suridam Sarvabhutanam. And then he said, if you know these things, that I'm the enjoyer of all sacrifices, I'm the Lord of everything that be, and I'm the friend of all living entities, Suridam Sarvabhutanam, Gyatvam Mam Shantim Richati. He says if someone knows that, then they attain eternal peace. Suridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatvam Mam Shanti Richati. If a person understands that about me, then actually they obtain peace, Shanti. Gyatvam Mam Shanti Richati. If they actually can understand it about me, then they will attain real peace. So this verse says, here of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I alone am the enjoyer and rewarder of all sacrifices, but being ignorant of my position, the demigod worshippers fall to take birth again. So that if they don't understand that about the Lord, then they will again take birth in this material world, because they have not come to the point of understanding their eternal relationship with Krishna, which is really the point of everything. That's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. So, Yanti Deva Vratan Devan, Pitrin Yanti Pitri Vrata, Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, Yanti Mad Yajino Pimam, Yanti Deva Vrata, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan, Pitrin Yanti Pitri Vrata, Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, Yanti Mad Yajino Pimam. The demigod worshippers reach the demigods. The forefather worshippers go to the plane of their ancestors, and the worshippers of the spirits go to the spirits. But those who worship me come to me. The demigod worshippers reach the demigods. Those who worship the different devas, the different demigods, they'll go to the planets of the demigods. The forefather worshippers go to the plane of the ancestors. That's called Pitri Loka, the plane of the ancestors. And then Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, those who worship spirits. We could also say those who worship ghosts and spirits, or those who worship spirits go to live among the spirits. But those who worship me come to me. It says, Yanti Mad Yajino Pimam. But those who worship me, they will come to me. So, Srila Govinda Maharaj, he said he once asked Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He was staying with Srila Prabhupada in Kolkata, in the residence of Prabhupada. And Govinda Maharaj said that he had talked to persons, and they said, if you worship Kali Ma or worship Krishna, it's the same thing. And then Govinda Maharaj asked Srila Prabhupada, this is what they say, so what can I reply them? And Srila Prabhupada said that if those who worship Ma Kali, they will go to live with Ma Kali. But where does Kali Ma principally reside? She has many followers, and those followers are boots. They're like ghosts that follow with Ma Kali, and they're offering. Sometimes they offer to Kali, they offer meat, but Srila Prabhupada said, but she is she's serving the Lord. She doesn't actually eat meat, but her followers, who are ghosts and spirits, they can take that. They can take that meat. So he's Prabhupada said, so this is the kind of food that they're offering to Kali. Whereas the devotees of Krishna, they offer things like milk sweets, like sandesh, and they offer ghee and nice things, cooked very nicely, so many milk products and everything. So he said, well, which would you rather eat? If they say it's all the same thing, if you reside with the demigods, it's not the same thing, because those who are with Krishna, they are taking entirely different, and their life is different. Then the next verse here says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati taraham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmana. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati taraham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmana. If one offers me with devotion a leaf, flower, fruit, or water, I affectionately accept that offering of the clean-hearted devotee. If one offers me with devotion a leaf, flower, fruit, or water, I affectionately accept that offering of the clean-hearted devotee. So we can understand the Lord, what the Lord is really interested in is the devotion or the love in which you make this offering. And leaf, flower, fruit, or water. We can understand there's no one who's so poor that he cannot offer these ingredients to the Lord. A leaf, for instance, a tulsi leaf. A flower can be so many flowers, or tulsi manjaris, or on the garland of the Lord, and fruit and water. Then we can understand the Lord's taking ingredients, and we can offer these ingredients, leaf, flower, fruit, or water, but with love and devotion. And doesn't mention here anything that is, we could say, not easily attained, and also what is vegetarian, as if you want to put it in those terms, because leaf, flower, fruit, or water, Krishna doesn't ask for other things that the devotees cannot take or will not take. He's asking, and all these things, the leaf, flower, fruit, water, these are attained by anyone. They can be offered and obtained by anyone and offered to the Lord. But actually what we're understanding, Krishna is not in need of food, but what he really is in need of, or what he really wants, is the love and affection which the devotees are offering these things to the Lord. And I also once heard a commentary that said, where Prabhupada said, but it's not just, if a poor man offers these things, flower, fruit, water, leaf, then the Lord, with love and devotion, the Lord will accept it. But if, for instance, a rich man will offer just, here's some flowers for the Lord, a rich man. So then Prabhupada made the comment, but the Lord doesn't just see what you offer; He sees what you keep for yourself. So persons are. If a person who is very wealthy, but just as miserly, offers the Lord, here's a flower, you mentioned that you will accept a flower. But no, it's really what is offered with love. It says, Bhavagrahi Janardan. That when you Govinda Maharaj would joke with me about this, but Bhavagrahi Janardana, he says, that when you offer some food, think of Janardan. Bhavagrahi Janardan. Bhavagrahi means with affection. Janardan's a name of Krishna, so offering with affection, then the Lord will accept that. Then Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad jahoshi dadasi yat tapashyasi konteya tat kurushva mad arpanam yad karoshi yadashnasi yad jahoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya tat kurushva mad arpanam. O Konteya, this is Arjuna, O Konteya, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give and whatever vow you may keep, do everything as an offering unto me. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give and whatever vow you may keep, do everything as an offering unto me. So all your actions perform for the satisfaction of the Lord. Whatever you're eating, do that. Whatever you're eating, offer that to the Lord. Whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever sacrifices you make, that should be for the satisfaction of the Lord. Whatever you give and whatever vow you may keep, whatever vow means, whatever promise, whatever vow you accept, you should do that all for the satisfaction of the Lord. So in other paths, someone may offer the results of their energy, the results of their work to the Lord. But in Bhakti, the person is offering everything, their thoughts, their affection, their action, their words, everything will be for the satisfaction of the Lord. So, O Konteya, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give and whatever vow you may keep, do everything as an offering unto me. Shubha Shubha Phalar Evam Mokshase Karma Bandhanai Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaishyasi. Shubha Shubha Phalar Evam Mokshase Karma Bandhanai Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaishyasi. Acting thus, you will be freed from bondage to action and its auspicious or inauspicious results. With mind selflessly linked to me, you will be perfectly liberated, and when you will come to me. Acting thus, you will be freed from bonded action and its auspicious or inauspicious results. We're not really concerned whether something is auspicious or inauspicious. We're doing, that's why I remember Govinda Maharaj, he dismissed reliance on astrologers. Because an astrologer may tell you something is inauspicious, you shouldn't do it. But they don't know. It may not be materially auspicious, but we're not considering what is auspicious or inauspicious in our service of the Lord. Certainly Arjuna's actions have engaged in warfare, even in terms of fighting against his own relatives. Somebody could say, these are inauspicious actions. But these actions were being done under the Lord's direction. Krishna was advising Arjuna. So there's no consideration of auspicious or inauspicious. And normally, persons are considering what is auspicious and what is inauspicious. And the difference between auspicious and inauspicious is said to be the difference between wet and dry stool. Like, if sometimes in India, they are taking cow patty, they're taking cow dung, and they're sticking it against walls. They're sticking it against the walls so that it will dry out, and then they can make a fire with that cow patty. So then the man is coming, and he's seeing which patties are dry, and then he's taking them to be used in the fire. And the ones that are wet, he's leaving there to dry. So he's taking away the dry cow patties to be burned. And the wet cow patty is still left on the wall. And the wet cow patty is laughing at the dry cow patty. And he's saying, oh, they are taking you to be burned. But he doesn't know that tomorrow he will be dry and he will be burned also. So we're making distinction between wet and dry dung or wet and dry stool. It is all, everything on the material plane is like stool. There's no real difference between wet and dry. But we should not be choosing our actions. Oh, this is inauspicious for me, therefore I should not do it. No, if Gurudev asked you to do it, everything is auspicious. But it is said it is inauspicious. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said one devotee said that today is my birthday, but according to astrologers, it's the most inauspicious day in the year. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, no, for you it is the most auspicious day, because on this day you have completed another year in the service of the Lord. So it is auspicious. He's the person saying, according to astrologers, according to others, it's the most inauspicious day of the year. Guru Maharaj said, no, for you it is the most auspicious, because you are on this day you have finished another year of service, and you can worship this day with flowers and with flowers and with jewels like this. So Guru Maharaj was telling him, we're not concerned with what people take to be inauspicious or auspicious. We want to use all energy in the Lord and for the service of the Lord, and we don't want persons telling us, oh, this action is not auspicious. No. If Gurudev wants this action, whatever the result may be, then I will perform that action for the service of Gurudev. With mind selflessly linked to me, you will be perfectly liberated, and you will come to me. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshosti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapiyaham. I'm equal to all, so no one is my enemy or my friend. Yet for those who serve me with love, as they are bound by affection for me, I am similarly bound by the tie of affection for them. So we see sometimes the demons, they'll say, why Vishnu is becoming partial? He's taking the side of the demigods or the devas, and he is the enemy of the asuras. But no, actually, Krishna's not the enemy of anyone. And he says, so no one is my enemy or no one my friend. But Krishna responds to affection. So if someone serves him with affection, he responds to that person. And just like we see, Prahlad Maharaj was born in the family of demons. Also Bali Maharaj was born in the line of the demons. But they are both Mahajans. They are both great devotees of the Lord. So even though we're born in families of demons, they become very dear to the Lord, and they serve as an example. We hear of Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Parasevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasham Sakyam Atmanivedanam. And these are all the limbs of devotional service. Sarva. So the activity of hearing, that is done by Maharaj Parikshit. Speaking is Sukadeva Goswami. So Shravanam Kirtanam. And Vishnu Smaranam, always remembering the Lord, that quality is of Prahlad Maharaj. She's always remembering the Lord. And Sakyam Dasham Archanam Bandhanam Dashyam Sakyam Atmani Vedadam. And one who's utilizing everything in the service. Well, we can see that Bali Maharaj, he was so exalted that even the guru of the Asuras, the Shukracharya, and when Bali Maharaj was the king, then Vamanadev approached him, and Vamanadev said, I want from you one favor. And Bali Maharaj would, as the king, he was very generous. He would give to anyone whatever they asked for. And Vamana came as a small dwarf brahmachari. And he said, I want 3 steps of land. And Shukracharya, he told Bali Maharaj, no, he's the Lord in disguise. You don't promise him 3 steps of land or he'll take everything. And ultimately, Bali Maharaj, he rejected his guru. He rejected Shukracharya because Shukracharya tried to interfere with his service to the Lord. So ultimately, he even went against Shukracharya, his guru, to surrender himself to the Lord. He surrendered himself completely to the Lord. So, I am equal to all. No one is my enemy or my friend. Yet for those who serve me with love, as they are bound by affection for me, I am similarly bound by the tie of affection for them. And you can understand in a family, there may be many brothers and sisters, and the mother has affection for all of them. She has no rejection of them. But for who is a small child or a baby who is completely dependent on her, she will give her attention to that child. So, as they are bound by affection for me, I am similarly bound by the tie of affection for them. And apichet sudaracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadureva samantavya samyag vyavasito isaha apichet sudaracharo apichet sudaracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadur eva samantavya samyag vyavasito isaha. If even a very sinful person serves me exclusively with devotion, he should be regarded as saintly, for his resolve is perfect. If even a very sinful person serves me exclusively with devotion, he should be regarded as saintly, for his resolve is perfect. So here, abhichet surar charo, if someone even appears to be very sinful, but that may be according to the estimation of a worldly society. For instance, someone who is serving the Lord with affection and devotion, but is not so much bound by the national requisites of, for instance, fighting in the army or doing this, he may be regarded as, oh, this person is not of good character because he is not surrendered to the needs of the nation. And they'll think, oh, he's actually not a good person. So they, according to the estimation of worldly society, someone may be seen as even sinful, like during the time of the fight for independence in India. The members of the Gaudiya Math, I was told that they are sometimes seen, no, they are not fighting for the interest of the nation. But the actual consideration is we see that the root of the tree is the Supreme Lord. And if we water the root, all the flowers and leaves and twigs, they all receive the nutrition. So maybe somebody cannot recognize that, and they say, oh, they say Nitya Krishna Das, they're eternal servants of the Lord, so they are endangering these persons by creating some kind of slave mentality. They are becoming slaves. This is not good. So we have to understand, if even a very sinful person serves me exclusively with devotion, he should be regarded as saintly, for his resolve is perfect. Serves the Lord exclusively with devotion, he's actually an Ananya Bhak. He's an exclusive devotee, but he may be regarded. If even a very sinful person serves me exclusively with devotion, he should be regarded as saintly, for his resolve is perfect. So that to regard that person as saintly, rather than many people may say, oh, he's very sinful. But that, and also we also see that our vision is two-dimensional. Jagai and Madai, they were seen as great sinners. Valmiki, Ajamil, they're all regarded as sinners, but they all became very much surrendered devotees to the service of the Lord. So if you see these persons in a particular moment of time, you may see them as sinners, but that is an imperfect vision. That vision is imperfect. It's something as we're only seeing what's happening at the exact moment, and we can't understand what the future will bring. Anyway, if even a very sinful person serves me exclusively with devotion, he should be regarded as saintly, for his resolve is perfect. And now there's a nice explanation of this and the next verse by Srila Sridhar Maharaj. It says, Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantim nigachati konteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantim nigachati konteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. He swiftly becomes a person of virtuous practices and attains constant peace. O son of Kunti, declare to the world that my devotee is never vanquished. He swiftly becomes a person of virtuous practices and attains constant peace. O son of Kunti, declare to the world that my devotee is never vanquished. Or, O son of Kunti, declare to the world that my devotee is never vanquished. One who declares this swiftly becomes virtuous and attains eternal joy. The second interpretation of this verse was revealed to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in a dream. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Shri Krishna says, Agyayaivam gunandoshan mayadishtan apisvakan dharman samyajya yasarvan mambajet sacha sattama. Agyayaivam gunandoshan mayadishtan apis swakan dharman samyajya yasarvan mambajet sacha sattama. The best of the saintly persons are those who have surpassed the forms of duties that I myself have recommended in the scriptures for the people in general. Although it is my directive, they cross it and render loving service to me. In society, one must obey the law, but there is also the situation of crossing the law to show fidelity to the king. If one risked his life and reputation and crossing the general law enters the royal chamber to combat an assassin, then he will be considered the most loyal servitor. Similarly, the Lord is saying, I have already given some direction for the people in general. Do this, don't do that. Don't cross these laws. etc. But if for my interest anyone takes the risk of committing sin, then he should be considered the best of my devotees. So Arjuna, go and declare it, promise to the public that the Ananya Bhak, verse 30, the Ananya Bhak, the exclusively devoted persons, will never come to ruin. Then you will get the benefit. You will become dharmatma, religious, and attain eternal divine happiness. The Ananya Bhak, the exclusive devotees, have already crossed the threshold of dharma, the standard of dutifulness, and taken the risk to throw themselves fully into my service. Sarva dharmam parityaja mamikam sharanam vraja. There is no question of them becoming virtuous or religious, as they long before surpassed dharma and took the risk and entered into prema dharma, my loving service, transcending both piety and sinfulness. Can you see if that door is closed now? Because otherwise we'll get smoke here. Now it is?
Yes.
Okay. So Arjuna, go and declare it, promise to the public that the Ananya Bhak, the exclusively devoted persons, will never come to ruin. Then you will get the benefit. You will become dharmatma, religious, and attain eternal divine happiness. The Ananya Bhak, the exclusive devotees, have already crossed the threshold of dharma, the standard of dutifulness, and taken the risk to throw themselves fully into my service. Sarva dharma parityaja mamikam sharanam vraja. There is no question of them becoming virtuous or religious, as they long before surpassed dharma and took the risk and entered into prema dharma, my loving service, transcending both piety and sinfulness. So those who are declared, as in verse 30, that apichet suraracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadoreva samantavya samyak vyavasito isaha. These persons, however they may be seen by society, they're declared to be Ananya Bhak. They're completely, they're pure devotees. Ananya Bhak, the one who has, with exclusive devotion, giving up all other engagements such as karma and gyan. These are Ananya Bhak devotees. They are saintly persons. But whether they are seen as such or not by society, it's said in the next verse, Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvats chantim negachati konteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. But if you declare it that these are Ananya Bhak devotees, they are pure devotees, they can never be vanquished. If you declare it, Chipram bhavati dharmatma, then very quickly you will become perfectly situated, righteous. It's not that they, who are already Ananya Bhak devotees, that may be seen by others as doing something wrong. It's not that they will become perfect, because they're already declared by Krishna to be perfect. Ananya Bhak means they're exclusive devotees. But if you see them and you say, no, whatever they are doing is perfect, then you will become perfectly situated. Chipram bhavati dharma ma shatsvat shanti nagachati. That you will be very quickly, you will be properly established. So if you declare that my devotee is always in the most exalted position, if you declare that, and even if you are saying that no, this Ananya Bhak devotee, this pure devotee may be misunderstood, but he's completely given to the service of the Lord, and he can do no wrong. If you have that faith and you see that and say that, then you will be perfect. So this is a special explanation given by Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Very, very beautiful explanations given on the basis of comments made by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur about what these verses really mean. And Mami partavya pasrita yepishu papayonaya Striyo Vaishyas Tata Shudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim. O son of Prita, persons of low birth, women, merchants, or laborers, they too attain the supreme destination by taking full refuge in me. O son of Prita, persons of low birth, women, merchants, or laborers, they too attain the supreme destination by taking full refuge in me. So someone in a structured society may think, oh, only the Brahmins are to be considered as attaining the Lord because they are in the highest position. But here, Krishna says, no, it doesn't matter what the birth of a person is. Low birth, whether it's a woman or a Vaishya or a Shudra, or even if you're looking at them externally, thinking, oh, only the Brahmins are perfectly situated to attain the Lord. No, here Krishna says, anyone who takes shelter of me, who takes full refuge in me, who becomes my devotee, they will attain the supreme destination. Nothing is decided externally, but everything is decided on the basis of one's devotional relationship with the Lord. And Kim punar brahmana punya bhakta rajarshayas tata anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. So can there be any doubt that those Brahmins and saintly kings who are pure devotees will achieve the supreme goal? Therefore worship me, since although this human body is temporary and a place of suffering, it is attained only after many births, and it affords the best opportunity to render devotional service to me. So can there be any doubt that those Brahmins and saintly kings who are pure devotees will achieve the supreme goal? Therefore worship me, since although this human body is temporary and a place of suffering, it is attained only after many births, and it affords the best opportunity to render devotional service. So this will apply. Arjuna is fighting. The Pandavas are fighting, and they're and the king is, of course, Maharaj Yudhishthir. And they are the Kshatriyas, and they have to engage in this warfare, in the battle. But Krishna says, so can there be any, if even those who are laborers and merchants and women, they will attain the supreme destination if they take full refuge of the Lord. And then Krishna says to Arjuna, so can there be any doubt that those Brahmins and saintly kings who are pure devotees will achieve the supreme goal? Even if they are engaged in this battle, they will attain the supreme goal because they are taking shelter of me. Therefore worship me, since although this human body is temporary and a place of suffering, it is attained only after many births, and affords the best opportunity to render devotional service to me. So Arjuna is being given assurance and shelter by Krishna, these words. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamme vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayana. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamme vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayana. Always think of me, be my devotee, always worship me and offer obeisances to me. Thus offering yourself to me and taking refuge in me, you will come to me. Krishna says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. He actually repeats this twice in the Bhagavad Gita. Here, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mamme vaishyasi konteya. Let me see that. Manmana bhava mad bhakto, another verse that begins the same way. What is this? Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji namaskuru. That's repeated twice. Let me see where else. Here. In the 9th chapter, that's where we are now. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji namaskuru mame vaishasi yuktvaivam atmanam mat parayana. And also in the 18th chapter, 1865, that is right before the verse Sarvadharmam. Let's see. Right before the verse of Sarvadharmam Parityaja, it says, Mame manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Give up all kinds of, think of me always, devote yourself to me, worship me, and bow down to me, and surely you will come to me, I promise you this, because you are dear to me. And that's in the 18th chapter, and here it said, same beginning, manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi yuktvaivam atmanam mat parayana. Always think of me, be my devotee, always worship me, and offer obeisances to me. Thus offering yourself to me and taking refuge in me, you will come to me. So Sridhar says that Krishna is so, you could say in one sense, he is saying, he is without any hidden sense of modesty or humility. He's saying, always become my devotee. He's saying, always think of me, be my devotee, always worship me, and offer obeisances to me. Sridhar says that Krishna is so shamelessly telling, always worship me, always become my devotee, bow down before me. But why he's doing that? Yeah, someone could say, well, how is it that Krishna has no shame? He's saying, worship me, bow down before me, become my devotee. Why he's so shamelessly taking this position? Well, actually, we don't find in other scriptures or other religions where the Lord will tell you so directly. But why he's doing? Because out of intense love for his devotees, he's telling them, that if you worship me, if you always think of me, he says, always think of me, be my devotee, always worship me, and offer obeisances to me. Thus offering yourself to me and taking refuge in me, you will come to me. You will come to me. Why? Because that affectionate relationship is there. The Lord wants to be with his devotee. And he's saying in this way so directly, so you will know that you are very dear to the Lord, and he's saying this for your own benefit. And we don't see elsewhere in other scriptures where the Lord will so affectionately advise his devotee. Iti Shri Mahabharate Shata Sahasriyam Samhitayam Vayasakyam Bhishma Parvani Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Raja-guhya-yoga Nama Navamodhyaya. End of chapter 9, the hidden treasure of devotion from the conversation of Sri Krishna and Arjuna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad, the yoga scripture of transcendental knowledge, and Bhishma Parva of Sri Mahabharata, the holy scripture revealed by Srila Vyasadeva in 100,000 verses. So this is the end of chapter 9. And from Bhagavad Gita, the Lord. And this chapter is called The Hidden Treasure of Devotion. And this is Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is called The Hidden Treasure of the Sweet Absolute. This chapter, chapter 9, is called The Hidden Treasure of Devotion. So now we'll sing Hari Haraya. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan. Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath. Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Jahoite Vignana Shabishta Puran. Jahoite Vignana Shabishta Puran. H.I. Gosai Jarmui Taradas. H.I. Gosai Jarmui Taradas. Tasabar Padarenu Mora Panchagras. Tasabar Padarenu Mora Panchagras. Tader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas. Tader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas. Janame Mor E Abilas. Janame Mor E Abilas. H.I. Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas. H.I. Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Maja Iyaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Maja Iyaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramansa Paramajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashishiman Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramansa Paramajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashishiman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramansa Paramajaka Charya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev-Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath. Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Vishvabharinya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.